Thank you very much, Steve. And we start here this evening. Rising operating costs and unchanged selling prices continue to put manufacturers in South Africa under immense pressure. And despite GDP numbers showing an uptick in the sector in the third quarter, ABSA's manufacturing survey also shows that overall business confidence has remained unchanged at 26 points in the fourth quarter. That's after 2 consecutive quarterly declines. The survey covers about 700 business people in the manufacturing sector. It ranges from 0 to 100 points, with 0 reflecting extreme lack of confidence. Newzroom Afrika's business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo spoke to one executive in this particular sector for their thoughts ahead of another set of data in the manufacturing production and sales, which will be released by Stats SA tomorrow.
Those manufacturing numbers in the third quarter did, surprise to the upside, according to figures released by Statistics South Africa earlier this week. And we are expecting, of course, those deeper numbers to look into manufacturing production and sales. And just to help me unpack how the industry is performing, I'm now joined by Jean Nal, who is the Managing Director at Hansen and Jenwis. Jean, thank you so much for talking to us. Now, we saw those manufacturing numbers obviously perform well, and analysts are expecting, a further uptick for the rest of the year. How has your business navigated the environment this year?
Look, thank you very much for having us, first of all. First and foremost, I think there were 3 factors that assisted us. It was the geopolitical tension between Russia and Ukraine. Those have obviously other countries that need to look for alternatives. So that has definitely affected us. Then also with regards to China, with their zero COVID policy, I think that's also negatively affected international business. But it has been a plus for South Africa because we've now had to manufacture alternatives for those entities. The last factor was just the earlier release of COVID, the restrictions. I think that significantly helped us just to get our manufacturing up to speed and get it up and running.
Now, load shedding, being a manufacturer of transformers, load shedding obviously is one of the biggest challenges that I assume you would be facing. How have you navigated those rolling blackouts?
Look, we do have a large generator here, but I think for entities to become self-energy sufficient, we are now also installing over 200 megawatts of power up on up on our roof. And that will ensure that we are energy sufficient and enable us to carry on manufacturing.
Now, we do expect those numbers, the deeper manufacturing production and sales numbers out a little bit later. What are your expectations, and just how do you then position yourself for the next year or 2?
Look, I can only speak for ourselves, but in terms of that, we've definitely seen an uptick in the manufacturing and obviously the sales figures which have come through. To position ourselves, what we've just ensured is becoming energy self-sufficient. I think that's paramount for smaller entities going forward, and ensuring that there's a diversification, both of industry and of product. I think if you focus on those, you should do well. And then just sourcing local, get local, good quality suppliers.
Thank you so much, John, for talking to us. Now it's clear that what a lot of manufacturers are doing, such as Hansen and Jenwis, is, becoming energy sufficient for themselves in order to be able to deal with some of the economic headwinds and continue doing business. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.